I first saw it when I was eating dinner. A crescent-shaped fingernail clipping, lying on the carpet. "Aubrey," I yelled. I knew it was a mistake letting my little sister Aubrey live with me. She was a slob. There'd always be little hair stubs in the bathtub after she shaved her legs. After she ate a meal, I'd find a trail of crumbs, like she was Hansel trying to mark her path through the woods. And now she left a fingernail clipping on the floor. Absolutely disgusting. "Yeah?" Aubrey asked as she sauntered in. I pointed at the nail. "Is that yours?" "I don't know. Haven't clipped my nails in a while." I kinda just glared at her. Finally, she stooped over and picked it up. "Sorry," she muttered, dropping it in the trash. Maybe I was mean, but I'd had enough of her messing the place up. She was 20, damn it, and old enough to know she should clean up her messes. It was the least she could do while I let her live here rent-free, while she searched for a job. But lo and behold, I found more. On Tuesday evening, 2 crescent-shaped nails lying in the dead center of the living room. Their placement seemed intentional, honestly, like she wanted me to find them. The couch was all the way across the room. There was no way a nail, let alone 2, flew that far. "Aubrey," I growled under my breath. But that's what she wanted. She wanted to get under my skin. Otherwise, why would she leave them out like that? I wouldn't give her the satisfaction. I picked up the fingernail pieces and threw them in the trash. The next day, I found one neatly perched on the toilet seat cover. Okay, this is ridiculous. "Aubrey," I yelled. A few seconds passed. Then she poked her head in. "Yeah? Why are you doing this?" "Doing what?" I pointed to the fingernail clipping. "I didn't do that." I narrowed my eyes at her. "I didn't." "Okay, fine, whatever." I picked up the nail, dropped it in the toilet, and flushed, staring at her the whole time. I decided to set up some security cameras. That was probably overboard, but I already had a few cameras I'd gotten several months ago on the advice of a neighbor, and it was just one of those things that I'd never gotten around to. So I put up 2, one in the hall upstairs, one in the living room. I think she must have noticed I put them up, because I didn't find any more fingernail clippings for a week or so. Things got pretty good between us. Aubrey picked up more of the chores, and even made us dinner a few times. She was really falling into her adulting role. Everything came crashing down when I found the pile. A pile of fingernail clippings in the middle of my bedroom floor, neatly swept into a little pile. No. I stood there for several seconds. My anger started to boil. No, I won't give her the satisfaction. I crouched down and began scooping up the fingernail clippings myself. That's when I stopped dead. What the hell? These can't be Aubrey's. I had never really studied them up close before, but there was no way they could be Aubrey's. The nails were too large, like they belonged to a man's hand, and thick and yellowed, as if old. "Aubrey," she came running out. "Yeah? Did you put these nails here?" "No, I didn't." And then we heard it, a resounding thump above us, in the attic. We bolted. "Get in the car," I yelled. As we ran out the front door, as soon as she dove in, I clicked the lock shut, started the car up. Some fucker has been playing with us. I breathed. My hand dangled over the gear shift, ready to take off at any second. Call the police. As Aubrey called, I stared at the front door. Who was inside? I'd heard the news stories. Weirdos sneaking into people's houses and living there, undetected, for months. Was someone living in our attic? How long have they been there? Weeks? Months? Spying on us? Flashing red and blue lights appeared in my rearview mirror. We told the officers what was going on. Then we sat in the car, engine idling, as they searched the house. Aubrey didn't say anything. She just stared blankly, her face as white as a sheet. "I'm so sorry, Aubrey," I said, reaching out and squeezing her hand. "It's okay," she said, distantly. Then she turned to me. "This is so..." Snap, a gunshot. "Drive," Aubrey screamed. I shot out of the driveway. The car swerved onto the road. Then I put the pedal to the floor and sped down the road. The police found us 20 minutes later, huddled in fear in the parking lot of the HOA clubhouse. "Ma'am?" I rolled down the window. He shot me a friendly smile. "Don't worry, we got everything under control. There was a person living in your attic, a homeless man. Set up a little home for himself and everything." "How long was he living there?" Aubrey asked, her voice trembling. He shot us a reassuring smile. "Only a few days, at most." "Did you..." I choked on the words. "Is he... dead?" The officer's expression hardened. "Yes, he is, ma'am. I'm sorry. He was aggressive and violent when we confronted him. We had no choice." He sighed. "You'll have to find another place to stay for a few days. Okay?" And that was it. After giving him our statement, he bid us a goodbye and left. We ended up staying at my friend's house 20 minutes away. But as I lay in the darkness trying to fall asleep, something struck me. How long was he living there? Only a few days, at most. I'd found the first fingernail clipping almost 2 weeks ago. That's when I remembered the footage. I grabbed my phone from my pocket and navigated to the security app. I found the latest footage, dated a few hours ago from the hall camera, and pressed play. The image was low quality and grainy, but it was clear enough. I saw 3 officers walk down the hall. They stopped underneath the attic hatch, talking in low voices the camera didn't pick up. Then one of them, the one we'd spoken to, grabbed the string and yanked. He started up the stairs. The 2 other officers drew their guns, and one of them followed. Thumps echoed off screen as they walked around the attic. Then, snap, the gunshot. An unintelligible shot. The 3rd officer holstered his gun and disappeared. Then he came back with some equipment and went up. The screen showed the empty hallway. 5 minutes went by, then 10. Then the first one came back down. He was carrying something large in a body bag. Even with the low resolution, I could make out the rough shape of the head and shoulders, enshrouded in shiny black plastic. Nausea crept in my throat. There's a dead body in there. As much of a sicko as the guy was, I still felt awful watching. The next officer came down, and then the next. They grunted and groaned as they maneuvered the body down the stairs and into the hall. Wait, what the hell? The body bag. It was easily 8 feet long. The officers sighed as they heaved the immense thing down the hallway. The black plastic stretched and shone in the lights, showing off the contours that were unnatural for any human to have. Bony protrusions where elbows and arms should have been. A middle that was far too thin. I lay there, paralyzed, staring at the screen. That's when I first started having doubts about buying a house in Pelican Peak. Shout out to my superfans, Sweet Black Swan and Tacy. I really appreciate you guys supporting my channel, and I look forward to creating more content for everyone.